Hey, what is up, comrades, and welcome back to another less than 10-minute review. Today, I'm taking a look at Cartel Tycoon. Cartel Tycoon is a survival business game inspired by the 80s narco trade. Can Cartel Tycoon make you feel like El Patron, or is it another pretender that'll end up with a Colombian necktie? Let's find out. Graphics, sound, and art style. I love the feeling of the setting. I feel like I'm seeing a map of Colombia set in the 80s, so kudos to the devs for immediately immersing me. There are a lot of graphical options that can make the map look absolutely stunning, and best of all, for an early access game, it runs smoothly. I love the character models, but I love to hear them voiced, and I'd make changes to some of the script. Hit me up, Moon Moose. Changing certain words, like at the end, instead of saying si, switch it out with pariente or compadre. Make it more realistic to the people speaking. Gameplay. Alright, so gameplay mechanic is simple. You build farms that produce opium or other drugs, you sell them at an airport, and you get money. What separates this game? The dirty/legal money mechanic. Money laundering is something you have to look into, as more money, more problems. The more eyes you'll have watching you. At first, the DEA will come looking to investigate you, or access points, i.e. where you sell products from, in which case you'll have to shut down operations until the investigation is over. Having legal money could legitimize your operations, making it harder for any federales to come down on you. You'll make use of warehouses to store product and even smuggle contraband using workshops to put illegal items in cases of, say, fruit, coffee, or various other packaging. There are also rival gangs who will try to contest spots like airports, docks, and cities to take your source of income. You can combat them by sending some of your lieutenants that you recruit. Each character has an attack stat and go up against the opponent's attack stat. The winners will be the one with the higher stat, but contesting spots will only lead to a turf war that can attract the attention of government agencies. So be wary of your terror level. Price: $24.99 USD. How many hours estimated? Currently, it is in early access, and it has a campaign and sandbox mode, with multiplayer and survival coming soon. I've only scratched the surface in terms of gameplay, and about 6 hours into the campaign. Survival and multiplayer intrigue me, and they will most likely warrant a look for me on arrival. In its current state, I say give or take 20 hours. Final thoughts. I have to say, having lived in Latin America for a few years, I'm not too fond of the terror cartels bring. No, I don't watch Narcos on Netflix, nor support any of Narco Cultura, yet I was drawn to this game, but mainly for its parallels to the Tropico series. Is it Tropico meets Narcos? Yes, but if Tropico was stripped of its charm, then death. Cartel Tycoon isn't a bad game, but you can really tell it's in early access. I like the money system they have, always having to launder money, but the micromanaging of it can be tedious at times. You'll always need a lieutenant of yours to deliver dirty money to a certain spot, or they won't be functional, whereas legal money can be accessed from anywhere. Stuff like that breaks immersion for the player. I'd love to have the ability to pay my ruffians dirty money and maybe add like a 10% upcharge, since after all it is dirty money. Sandbox mode is hard and not very customizable. Even when you set your beginning point at easy, within the first 5 minutes of your gameplay, a rival gang will attack you, rendering a pivotal point of viewers useless. I hate having to hire muscle from the get-go, especially when their upkeep is like 300 to 450 for every 17 hours, and of course if you try to pay them in dirty money, they won't be paid. It is manageable if you know exactly what you're doing, but even a local operation can seem overwhelming at first, especially as you will lose control of buildings if you don't have a lieutenant in place. Say you do take your lieutenant out to help with operations like balance your warehouses or deliver money, and you lose control of the place you had them parked in. Here comes the rival gangs wanting to take over. Now it's not hard to beat them. They usually range from 8 to 11 attack points at first, but now your terror level will raise, and even if you control the city, the DEA, police, the federales, will keep a closer eye on you, shutting your airport or seaport down for a few days of investigation, all while upkeep is still charging you. There definitely needs to be some balancing done, as the game is not finished yet. Overall, Cartel Tycoon is a neat game though, with a very fun concept. At $24.99 USD though, it's not worth the price just yet. I'm excited to see what survival and multiplayer have to bring. I want the devs to give Sandbox Mode a good polishing with more options like rival gangs not attack for certain days, or having an airport present in the area where you start, having a system where you don't have to be ridiculed to get your terror level down. See, at the current state, you need your loyalty as acceptable, and you do that by bribing officials. Once you bribe them to a point where they like you, they start a rumor about you so that your terror level can go down, which just seems dumb as hell to me. Having a setting where one of your lieutenants that aren't protecting your property take your money from the airport or seaport or wherever you're making your profits from and take it to your safe house so that you can use that dirty money to, say, pay them or pay some of the operations instead of using clean money all the time. Man, please have the ability to turn off the lieutenant's catchphrases. ¿A dónde gustaría ir? ¿Cómo estás? That got old so quick. It's just a little nitpicks that I have with the game, and hopefully the devs listen to their community. They seem really good about it, because in its core, Cartel Tycoon is a good game. It's a pretty game, and the dirty legal money concept is amazing. It just falls short in execution. I would advise that you hold off for a sale, or wait for a few updates, maybe even 1.0 till you pick this up. Wait for sale.